All right, we are going to go ahead and get started on our orientation today. First off, big welcome everyone watching this video today. Welcome to UC Blue Ash. Simi and I are so excited to have you here today. We're going to go ahead and start off with introductions, so I'll go ahead and pass it to Simi.
All right, thank you, Nevaeh. Hi, good evening, everyone. My name is Simi Hill. My major is sports administration. I'm going into my second year. A unique fact about myself is I like to collect sunglasses. And I'll hand it over to you, Nevaeh.
Thank you, Simi. So my name is Nevaeh Baker. I am a second year pre-middle childhood English, social studies, and Spanish major. I am a student orientation leader here at UC Blue Ash. And a fun fact about me is that I water all my plants with a teapot. So I'm going to go ahead and pass it back to Simi.
Awesome, thank you, Nevaeh. All right, next we're going to go ahead and go over your username and password. So your username and password will be the same to sign into all your UC websites. So you don't have to worry about creating another password every time you sign in. It will be the same one each and every time you log in. So your username and password will be your 6+2, and your password will be your month, your date, and your year. And I'll pass it back to you, Nevaeh.
Thank you. And if you have any questions about how to find your username and password, you can always email the Student Life office or log into Catalyst. If you can do that, log into Catalyst and it'll pop up with your username and password. All right, so next, Simi is going to share a video for us about Duo. Duo is what we use here at the University of Cincinnati just to keep all of your accounts safe. It's our digital security fence. So I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing my screen, and we're going to have Simi share that video for us.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and get that pulled up.
University of Cincinnati has increased your protection to trusted applications by providing two-factor authentication with Duo Security. Two-factor authentication adds a second layer of security by using your current UC password with something you have, such as a landline or mobile device. This will prevent anyone but you from logging into your account, even if someone else has discovered your password. To start using Duo, all you need to do is self-enroll and activate your account at uc.edu/2FA. Select Enroll/Manage Duo, then log in with your UC username and password. Select Start to begin your Duo setup. Next, you will be asked to identify the type of device you want to use as your second authentication. The recommended device for Duo is a mobile phone. Other options are available, but please note that these methods may have additional costs associated with them. In this tutorial, we will go through the process of setting up a mobile phone. When you select mobile phone, you will be directed to enter your phone number and identify the type of phone you are using. Once identified, you will be prompted to download the Duo mobile app to your device. Let's see how to download and set up Duo Mobile on an iOS device. First, launch the App Store app and search Duo Mobile Security. Follow the prompts to complete the app's download and installation. Upon opening the app for the first time, you will be prompted to allow for notifications to be sent from Duo Mobile. It is recommended to allow notifications. Tap the Add Account button at the bottom of the screen. If prompted, allow the app to access the phone's camera. The camera will open within your app and will be used to scan a QR code on your enrollment screen. Now that you have Duo Mobile downloaded on your phone, select I have Duo Mobile installed. This will provide a QR code to be scanned by your phone. Point your device with the Duo app open at the QR code displayed on the computer screen. When the code is read by your phone, it will automatically activate. Once Duo has been activated, a green check will display over the QR code and the Continue button will become available. Select Continue, then choose the setting for what you would like to happen each time you log into a university application utilizing Duo. Once complete, select Continue. It is now time to authenticate Duo. Select Send Me a Push. A notification will appear on your phone asking you to approve or deny. After tapping Approve, you will be successfully self-enrolled and are ready to start using Duo. Let's look at an example of Duo Mobile in action. When you log into a university application utilizing Duo security feature, you will first be prompted to enter your UC username and password. Next, the Duo authentication page will appear. Notice that some applications may have a checkbox to Remember Me. Using this option will allow normal authentication without two-factor authentication while using that browser on that device for a period of time. Select the Send Me a Push to send a notification to your phone. Your phone will ask if you would like to approve or deny. Once approved, the web page will automatically log into the application you are accessing. For more information, please visit uc.edu/infosec.
Thank you, Semi, for sharing that video for us. All right. So next up we have Catalyst. This is where you can find all of your important account information for everything here at UC. This is where you can view your financial information such as your semester bill or previous bills. You can search for scholarships, accept scholarship and financial aid, all of that good stuff. It can all be done on Catalyst. So right now, Semi and I are going to walk you through how to remove your financial agreement and COVID hold. These are the holds that need to be removed in order to register for classes. If you have other holds on your account, such as the health insurance waiver or any other holds, that can wait until after you've registered for courses. These ones are the only ones that will prevent you.
All right, so if you can go ahead, as you're opening up Catalyst, you are going to receive a pop-up window notifying to lift the financial agreement and COVID hold. So if you could go ahead and select View, and I'll pass it back to you, Nevaeh.
Thank you. So once you hit view or click on that task button there on Catalyst, you'll be transported to this page. You'll see there's two tabs on the left. It says service indicators and to-do list. You'll actually want to click on to-do list in order to view and access both of these holds. So you can click on one and then I'll pass it back to you, Semi.
All right, thank you. And next, you're going to review all pages. They're going to be 2 pages, and go ahead and scroll to the bottom and check off I understand and I agree. And I'll pass it back to you, Nevaeh.
Thank you. So once you've hit I understand and agree and hit next, it'll take you to the next page. You can scroll through, hit I understand and agree. And if you are wanting to print out a copy for your records, you need to do so now before you hit finish and exit, because once you hit finish and exit, your hold will be lifted. So again, if you could just read through all of the pages, hit I understand and agree, next, finish and exit, your hold will be lifted. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing my screen, and Semi is going to share our welcome video.
Okay, thank you. Just give me 1 second.
Thank you, Semi, for sharing that video for us. All right, I'm going to go ahead and pass it back to Semi.
All right, thank you, Nevaeh. All right, so welcome, Bearcat. Although we cannot talk to you directly, we are so excited to welcome you to your new Bearcat journey. also to support you if you have any questions and to share helpful information with you as well. So if you have any questions, please contact our Student Life office. And also here's the email, it's bastdlife@ucmail.uc.edu. And once again, welcome, congratulations. And I'll pass it back to you, Nabeel.
Thank you, Semi. So I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing my screen, and Semi is going to share this video from our amazing Dean Leitner.
Hi, students. I'm Dr. Bronwyn Leitner. I'm the Dean of UC Blue Ash College. And on behalf of all of our faculty and staff, welcome. We are so glad that you are here, and we're thrilled that you're kicking off orientation to get all settled into your classes and ready for a wonderful fall semester. I am absolutely confident that we can help you be successful and meet your goals. Every year, we have hundreds of students graduating, finding employment immediately after their associate degree, and others transitioning to the Clifton campus to make their dream a reality. We have a supportive environment, and I hope that you take advantage of the support services that we offer. Meet with your advisor regularly, use the math lab, use the Writing and Study Skills Center or the Science Lab to help you with your classes. You might need some different strategies than you used in high school, and that's okay. We have resources to help you, and we are here to help you achieve your goal. Another piece of advice I have for you as you enter your college career is to reach out and make some social connections with each other. You know, in a commuter campus, sometimes you need to make a little more effort to create study groups and to find students to have lunch with after class. And be that student who reaches out to create those social connections, because that's what makes college a rich experience and makes it a heck of a lot more fun that way. So get involved, ask questions, and I really look forward to seeing you this fall semester. So give me a high five in the hall. Good luck, Bearcats. Have a wonderful orientation.
Thank you, Semi, for sharing that video with us. Our Dean Leitner is amazing, and when you see her in the hallways, make sure you give her an elbow bump. She's awesome, and you will see her around. All right. So next, I'm going to share about Canvas, which is the learning management system that we use at all of our campuses here at UC. So you can see here, this is my home page. I'm actually going to walk you through from the very beginning on how to even get into Canvas. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go to any search engine, and you'll just search up UC Canvas. And the first thing that pops up is going to be uc.instructure.com. That's where you're going to go. And you're going to log in using your 6+2, and it'll probably verify you through Duo. Once you get in there, it'll take you to your home page. Mine is currently loading. You can see all of the courses that I'm taking over the summer are right here on this home page. You have a few options of how to set up your home page. A lot of people, you have the card view, which is just each course as a little card here, or you can use list view. This is what I use. It kind of just looks like a planner on your computer screen. You can see here, these are all of my assignments due Sunday, and it pops up like a planner where it tells you on each day what you have to do. So I didn't have anything to do during the week, but I can see that on Sunday, I have all of this due. So I recommend putting it on list view. That way you don't miss any assignments, and they're always right there on your home page. But it is ultimately up to you. So you have been added to the UCBA new student orientation community here on Canvas. So you can go ahead and click on that, and it's loading. Here we go. So this is where you can see all of the videos we watched today. You can see some of the layouts and schedules for orientations. You can also see orientation documents such as student handbook, orientation sections like academic success, financial information, and this is also where you can find all of the videos from today. And that's all just on the home page. Unfortunately, we don't have time to go over every single thing during the orientation session, so we have included some extras here on Canvas. So you can see here we have my graduation plan, which is another resource available to you, Starfish and class scheduling, first year experience resources, the honors program, one-stop student services, contact information, and even more that we don't have time to go over today. One that I will spend a little bit of time going over is the health insurance waiver information. Here at UC, health insurance is a requirement. So as a student, you are automatically enrolled into the University of Cincinnati Health Insurance. However, if you have health insurance by your family or from a job, you should submit a health insurance waiver. The University of Cincinnati Health Insurance does cost money, and it is automatically applied to your semester bill. So it just goes right on top of your tuition, and you are required to pay it unless you submit a waiver. The waiver deadline for this year is September 6th. If you can always check with One Stop Service Center, they can correct me if I'm wrong, as well as talk with you a little bit more about details on that. But here in Canvas, you can see how you actually do that. So you can see it'll take you to a page to waive it, and it'll show you when the waiver is due, overview, requirements, and all of that good stuff. So please do not forget to waive the health insurance if you have not already. But if you do not submit your health insurance waiver by the deadline, you will not be able to unenroll for the semester from this university healthcare. And it is really difficult to manage two health insurance policies at the same time. So I highly recommend that you fill out the waiver and submit it on time. And also keep in mind that it does take a little bit of time to process, so just complete it at your earliest convenience. We can scroll down here, and another question I get a lot is about parking and Bearcat IDs. So we have sections on both of these under campus resources. We have parking and getting your Bearcat ID. First, we'll go over parking. If you are planning to drive to campus, please register for a parking permit as soon as possible. I believe they sell as many parking permits as we have spots for students to park in on campus. So getting a parking permit just ensures that you get a spot. It is completely free, but you are required to register for it. They don't just send it out to everybody. You have to go online through the parking portal, which you can find right here in the Canvas page. Once you do that, you don't even have to type in like credit card information or anything. You just tell them your address and they'll send it to you. So the fall permits are currently on sale, and they are closing, like they're not selling them anymore once August 13th hits. So make sure that you register for a parking permit if you are planning to drive to campus. Like I said, we also get a lot of questions about getting your Bearcat ID. It is on you to get your Bearcat ID. It is something that you have to do for yourself, and you have to remember. It is very easy. It's a very easy process. All you have to do is go to Canvas, modules, like I showed you all, and then scroll down to campus resources. Getting your Bearcat ID is one of them right under parking. You can see here, it's finally time to get your Bearcat card. In order to start the process, please use the following link. You can see here, it'll take you to this page. All you have to do is upload a picture, put in your address or verify your address, and they'll send it to you. So it's a fairly easy process as long as you have like a white wall, or I did mine behind my shower curtain in my room because that was white and that's what I could take my picture in front of. So it is a fairly easy process. They also have their contact information right here at the bottom of the page. You can see their actual address. So if you want to go to Clifton and ask questions, you can. There's also the phone number and the email. So if you have any questions about getting your Bearcat ID, that's where you can find the answers. So like I said, everything we'll go over today, including information that we go over during the tour, you can access anytime on Canvas. And this is all in the new student community here on Canvas. All right, so that's everything with the new student orientation group. I also want to show you the what it looks like when you're in an actual course. So this is a course that I am currently taking for the summer. It is human geography. So you can see here, announcements is something that's really important that you're checking, especially when it's an online course, just because this is where your professors are going to remind you of deadlines or let you know that they've posted the assignments for the week. You can see here, this professor, Professor Harris, she uploads all of her assignments and puts an announcement every single week. So make sure that you're checking the announcements. A lot of your professors will have announcements in the top of the home page. But I will also show you what it looks like to walk through a module. So let me scroll on down here. All right, so for example, we'll do module 8. All you have to click is click on one of the tabs in the module. And once you click on that, you do not even have to leave the module. So you can see here, I can scroll through, see all of the learning outcomes and module checklists that this professor uploaded. Then all you have to do is click next. You don't have to go back to modules, open the next page, go back to modules, open the next page. Once you click on it, you can just walk through it. So you can see the next page, and it does automatically embed things into the page. So you can see this professor uploads a PowerPoint and it automatically uploads here into Canvas. So I don't have to leave Canvas for any reason. When there is a video, sometimes it will pop up, but a lot of times it is just linked and you don't even have to like copy and paste it. You can just click on it and it'll open it in the new window. So then you can continue to scroll through all the resources. This is a discussion board. This is something really important, especially when taking online courses. I highly recommend checking early on in the week how many assignments you have and when they're due, because, for example, discussion boards are often due, your posts, your ideas due by a weekday, and 2 or more replies due on the due date. So for example, if I waited until Sunday to check what work I had to do, I could be losing points because I did not see that I have to post by Wednesday. So please make sure you're checking deadlines, especially on discussion boards early on in the week. That way you get your full points. Something awesome about Canvas is they have a word counter. So if your professor says, okay, I really want you all to post a 250 word initial post. So then once you're typing here, you can see down here, it automatically counts these words for me. So, and that's for replies and post. You can also make things bold, italics, underline, basically anything you can do in a Word document or a Google document. You can use all of those resources here on Canvas as well. So that is the discussion board. I'll go ahead and scroll to the very bottom here and we'll click next. And I'll also show you what it looks like to upload a file. So for a lot of things like homeworks or short essays that professors will have you upload, you'll need to actually upload a file. So you hit attempt or submit assignment now, click on it, and this little box down here will show up. So you can see upload file, and then it'll take you to this choose file. You can scroll through all your files and upload whichever one you want. You can upload, I think, up to 10 different files, but I've never had to upload more than 2 or 3. You can also do a text entry. So if it's a short essay and you just want to type it here, you can. You can also upload a Google Doc or link your Google Drive account as well as the Office 365. Another thing about uploading files is you can write a comment. So if you are uploading a homework assignment and you want to tell your professor, hi professor, I worked really hard on this and I just wanted to let you know. You can type this here and it'll pop up right under submission details here on the upper right hand. Then you can hit submit assignment and it'll be turned in for you. So the next thing is a test or exam that is here on Canvas. So you can see I did not do very well on this test, but that's okay. You can see that the correct answer is given a green arrow, and an incorrect answer is pointed to in red, and the correct answer will be pointed to in white. So some professors disable the correct answer viewing until everyone has submitted their test, but it is still an excellent thing to know about. So we'll go back here to grades, and this will be our last thing that we go over pertaining to Canvas. Something really awesome is that they have like a grade tester. So you can type in a hypothetical grade. So let's say I don't have a lot of time this week. I waited to check my Canvas until the last minute, and now I have an hour until everything's due. So I have an exam due and homework. But the homework I'm going to spend 10 minutes on, and I'm going to spend 50 minutes on the exam. That's how I'm going to divide my time. So I can see, okay, I'm only going to spend 10 minutes doing this, so I'm going to get a 4 out of 10. And then you can scroll down here and see how that affects your grade. This professor has disabled like the letter grade, but you can see up here, like for example, how that changes. So the homework assignments, I have a 95.38, but when I undo that, I have a 91 or a 100. So you can see how your hypothetical grades would change your actual grade. And the best thing about this is that the professor cannot see what grades you're testing. So if you only have a limited amount of time to study, you can come on here and figure out how much time you can afford to spend on each thing, or what is most important to study for and to spend time on. So that is everything with Canvas. You are always able to access this new student orientation community. You can view all of the videos we watched today if you need to rewatch them. You can learn all about all of these amazing resources. So that is everything pertaining to Canvas. And I am going to go ahead and stop sharing my screen, and Semi is going to share this video that has been made by the faculty and staff here at UC Blue Ash.
Right, thank you, Nevaeh. I'm going ahead and get the video pulled up.
This village holds Guinness World Record for fastest growing hair, and they don't use stem cells.
These are roughly 28,835 jelly beans. I counted out 500 of them and used those to weigh the rest. In this pile, there's one jelly bean for each day that the average American will live. You might have more beans in your life, or maybe less, but on average, this is the time we have. Here's a single bean. It's your very first day. A special day, but kind of a rough day on everyone involved. Add 364 more and you have the first year of your life. Now, for a sense of scale, here are your first 15 years, 5,475 days, which brings us to the threshold of adulthood. And at that moment, this is the time that we have left. And this is, on average, what we will do with all that time. We will be asleep for a total of 8,477 days. If we're lucky, some of that time we'll be sleeping next to someone we love. We will be in the process of eating, drinking, or preparing. These are roughly 28,835 jelly beans. I counted out 500 and used those to weigh the rest. In this pile, there's one jelly bean for each day that the average American will live. You might have more beans in your life, or maybe less, but on average, this is the time we have. Here's a single bean. It's your very first day. A special day, but kind of a rough day on everyone involved. Add 364 more and you have the first year of your life. Now, for a sense of scale, here are your first 15 years, 5,475 days, which brings us to the threshold of adulthood. And at that moment, this is the time that we have left. And this is, on average, what we will do with all that time. We will be asleep for a total of 8,477 days. If we're lucky, some of that time we'll be sleeping next to someone we love. We will be in the process of eating, drinking, or preparing food for 1,635 days. We'll be at work, hopefully doing something satisfying, for the equivalent of 3,202 of those days. 1,099 days will be spent commuting or traveling from one place to another, maybe a little bit more if you live in LA. On average, we will watch television in one form or another for a total of 2,676 days. Household activities, like chores and tending to our pets and shopping, will take another 1,576 days. And we will care for the needs and well-being of others, our friends and family, for 564 days. We'll spend 671 days bathing, grooming, and doing all other bathroom-related activities, and another 720 days will go to community activities like religious and civic duties, charities, and taking classes. After we remove all those beans, this is what remains. This is the time that we have left. Time for laughing, swimming, making art, going on hikes, text messages, reading, checking Facebook, playing softball, maybe even teaching yourself how to play the guitar. So what are you going to do with this time? How much of it do you think you've already used up? If you only had half of it, what would you do differently? What about half of that? How much time have you already spent worrying instead of doing something that you love? What if you just had one more day? What are you going to do today?
Hi everyone, my name is Dr. Deb Frame, and I teach psychology at UC Blue Ash. During the rest of this session, we're going to discuss some ways that you can make every day count and succeed as a college student. The syllabus is a reference, but does not need to be read thoroughly. What do you think about this? Well, this one's false. So the syllabus is probably the most important information for each course. The professor will include guidelines that the professor is going to follow for each class. It's usually going to include dates for important assignments and exams, and the syllabus can tell you what to do if you miss an assignment or an exam and who to contact for help. So the syllabus turns out to be probably the most important aspect and one that we don't really think about. The next statement, assignment deadlines are flexible and submitting assignments late does not affect a student's grade. What do you think, true or false? Well, this may be one of the biggest changes when you move from high school to college. In high school, a lot of students tell me that they've been able to turn in late assignments and it's been okay. However, in college, most professors have a very strict policy that says they don't accept late work, or if they do accept late work, there's a very large penalty on it. Plus, falling behind can generally build up to the point where you can't catch up in a course, since college moves much more quickly than high school did. How about this one? This one's a multiple choice. Students should be on time and attend every class because being late or missing class can affect my grade, A. B, can keep me from learning. C, can prevent me from succeeding in a related course. Or D, all of the above. Well, you probably already know that being late or missing class, whether in person or online, can affect your grade and keep you from learning. Professors take attendance and may count attendance as part of your grade. Being late or missing class can also prevent you from succeeding in a related course, and that you may not know. Often topics come up in multiple courses, but sometimes from a new perspective. What about this one? You can effectively participate in class in all of the following ways except sit in the front of the classroom if possible, take organized notes, don't ask questions during class, participate in group discussions and activities. Of course, you should ask questions whenever you have a question. Remember, it's that same old saying, if you have the question, probably somebody else in the classroom has it as well. But let's look at the other ones. Sit in the front of the classroom. You know, there's actual research that suggests that students who sit in the front tend to earn better grades. And it may be less tempting to check email or social media when you're right in the front row in front of the professor. Organized notes, B. Well, yeah, organized notes are really important, but what if the class is moving too fast? So you may have to just write down what you can, and then you go back later, review your notes, and make them more organized. This system actually helps you to remember the material because you have to go through it twice. So getting those notes down is important, as organized as possible, but then going back and reorganizing them is even a better tip. Participate in every part of the course. You want to participate in those group discussions and the activities that give you a chance to think about new information in a different way. It also gives you a chance to explain course topics to other students when you're in a small group or participating in a group discussion or activity. What about purchasing textbooks? Do you think it's necessary? So this one says purchasing textbooks is not necessary if you attend class and take notes. Well, we know you're attending class and we know you're going to take those notes, but do you really need that book? Well, actually, the textbook is important for your success. The textbook serves as a foundation for most courses at the college level. And classroom lectures, online lectures, and activities are going to advance the knowledge that's in the book. And it's expected that you read the textbook. I've actually had students who tried to save some money. They tried to get through my course without buying the book. And then they didn't end up doing very well at all in the course, and they had to pay to retake the course, which actually cost them more time and more money as they had to pay the extra tuition. Let's look at this one. When you think about how many hours it will take to be a successful college student, it seems like 12 hours a week is all you're going to need. After all, 12 hours in class, that's 12 credits and that's full time. But let's think about this one. For every hour in class, I need to study how many hours outside at home. Yeah, it's 2 to 3 hours. So let's do the math here. 12 credits, 12 hours in class plus 24 to 36 hours. That can be up to 48 hours a week. So for a full-time student, it really is like a full-time job, 40 hours a week or more. So some closing tips for success. Be honest. When you do your work, you learn the material. You do your own work, you learn it, and that makes it easier in later classes. When the topics build on each other, you've already got the previous stuff under your belt, so you know what you're doing in your program. Explain or cite your sources. Explain where you got them from. Communicate professionally. And this includes when you write an email to a professor. So even though many faculty members have a doctorate, you can address anyone who teaches a college level course as professor. You don't even have to include their name. But if you start out with that nice "Hi, Professor," it's really a nice opening for any request, topic, or just something you want to share by email. And one more thing, also remember to include the name of the class and your name. Some professors have more than 100 students. In the fall, I have more than 200. So make sure you sign that email with your name and class. Also, finally, check Canvas and UC email every day. You want to make sure you know about changes in class meetings, changes in due dates, and assignments. You're also going to receive emails about registration dates and college activities, so you don't want to miss any of those. So in closing, I just want to say it's been great talking with you and working with you for this 10-minute session. We look forward to seeing you in the fall. And remember, make every day count.
Thank you, Semi, for sharing that video with us.
Not a problem.
All right, so next we are going to go over Student Finances 101, Financial Aid, Billing, and more. So Simi is going to share a video for us, which is made by One Stop Service Center, our financial aid department. So you can go ahead and pause the video and write down the phone number and the email. It's really important that you have this information because One Stop is one of the most important offices here, considering it is all about financial aid. So please go ahead and pause the video and write this information down. I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing my screen so Simi can share the video for us.
All right.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Student Finances 101 session. My name is Sydney Myman, and I'm here to talk to you today from the One Stop Student Service Center. So let's go ahead and jump into what we're going to cover today. Quick reminder on anything that we're going to discuss in this session that you'll want to connect with the One Stop Center for more information on any of today's topics. We're going to cover delegated access, UC billing, financial aid, financial literacy, and give you some next steps for managing your student business. So first up, let's talk about delegated access. This is basically the option that you have to share your Catalyst information with a parent or family member. You can just delegate that access directly in Catalyst, and that parent or family member is going to receive their own login information to be able to view the information that you've given them access to. This is very important if you're going to have a parent or family member looking to get questions answered on your behalf. This is the best way to set that up. Looking ahead, let's talk a little bit about UC billing. So at University of Cincinnati, the student bills become available about 6 weeks prior to the start of the semester, and bills are always due about 5 days before the term begins. So for the fall semester, the bill due date is going to be August 18th. So you can go ahead and save that date for the fall semester 2021. Bills are going to be due August 18th. We want to remind students to check your student bill often and make sure to waive your student health insurance if you have appropriate coverage otherwise. We're going to talk a little bit more about that in just a minute. So we know that you're going to have a student bill once you complete your registration. That's an important thing to note, is that you're not going to see that student bill available until your registration is complete after orientation. But once you've got that student bill, we want to talk a little bit about the different types of financial aid that you might receive to help cover that cost. So looking at what financial aid types you might see, we're looking at scholarships. These are generally merit-based funds that you receive. Could be from UC or an outside organization. Grants, these are generally need-based funds awarded based on the information provided on your FAFSA. Federal Work Study is another need-based fund, so students do have to qualify for this based on information provided on their FAFSA. It's a little bit different. It doesn't go directly to the bill. It's money that you actually earn through employment. And loans are borrowed monies that have to be repaid generally after graduation. There are different types of student loans and parent loans, but just to know that loans are monies that are borrowed and do have to be repaid. So jumping ahead, what specifically does this mean for you and your financial aid? So at this point, you should have a financial aid award offer if you've already applied for financial aid by completing that FAFSA. So if you haven't filed your FAFSA, it's incredibly important to do that immediately. You can complete your FAFSA at studentaid.gov. But if you've done that, you should have a financial aid award, and you can see that information in Catalyst. If you do wish to accept loans, you'll need to take action on those in the Catalyst portal under the My Finances tile. Also keep in mind that some students are selected for a process called verification, where they may be required to submit some additional documentation via the financial aid portal. So make sure that you monitor that tasks tile in Catalyst and complete any necessary items that have been requested. Keep in mind that dropping any courses can impact your financial aid, so it's always important to check in with our office just to be mindful of what might happen if you go to change your schedule. It doesn't hurt to check with us just to see how your financial aid and your billing may be impacted. It sounds crazy, but go ahead and save the date for the coming months. On October 1st of this year, your FAFSA for next year, 22-23, will open up. That happens every October 1st, so go ahead and save the date for October 1st to file next year's FAFSA. Another important item that we want to point out is financial aid permissions. So if you haven't done so already, in your Catalyst portal, you'll want to go in and complete the financial aid permissions that basically gives the university permission to process that financial aid for all of your charges. Things like books, health insurance, if you have them, and others, we need your permission in order to do that. You can complete that under the My Finances tile under financial aid permissions. The next piece that we want to talk about is calculating your estimated remaining cost. So you've got a bill, you've got your financial aid award offer, but maybe you're still coming up a little bit short, or you've got some costs that are not on the bill. For example, your textbooks. So the big thing that we want to remind students on this portion is to make sure that you have a plan for how you are going to get those costs covered. Is that going to be a portion out of pocket? Is that going to be a parent loan? And if you're not sure what to do, that's why our office is here. So feel free to connect with us on how you might get your bill covered and what options you might have. We can walk you through that process. So let's talk a little bit about financial aid refunds. Refunds from financial aid are basically just excess financial aid funds that you can use to cover any cost that's not on the bill, like books, or maybe if you're living off campus, to cover those charges, personal expenses, gas for your car, that sort of thing. This is where you can, this is how you can go about using financial aid to cover those costs. If you have more than enough financial aid to cover all of your charges, everything will process in a timely manner, and you can start getting those refunds before the semester actually begins. So make sure you sign up for direct deposit, and then you can use those refunds to cover those costs that might not be on the bill. Next, we want to talk about student health insurance. Make sure to waive the student health insurance if you have applicable and appropriate health insurance coverage otherwise. You'll have to do this on a semester basis, so make sure that you waive that health insurance. It's generally due the 15th day of the term, and you'll need to complete that in the Catalyst portal. Next up, let's talk about bill payment options. So if you're looking at your options and you know you plan to pay a portion out of pocket, maybe you have a college savings plan, the easiest way to use those funds to pay towards your bill is online. If you do wish to mail them, just note that the mailed location is in Cleveland. That's not a typo. It is Cleveland, Ohio for our processing center. Make sure you include your student ID number, your M number on any paper payments. And if you do plan to pay with your 529 or college savings plan, make sure you check with your bank on how to get those payments sent to us. UC also does offer a tuition payment plan option that allows you to make payments over the course of the semester instead of having to pay everything up front. So next up, let's talk for a moment about financial literacy. So not only does our office want to assist you with the process of your FAFSA and taking financial aid, but we want to make sure that all of our students are good stewards of their money, that they're making smart financial choices, and building those good skills now to take forward to life after college. We have lots of good resources on our website, and our office is always available to discuss these matters with you. Make sure to check out those resources and connect with us on any additional questions surrounding financial literacy. So next steps, what to do from here. If you haven't already, file your FAFSA on studentaid.gov, review your Catalyst tasks tile and complete any outstanding items that you might have. Make a plan for how you're going to cover your remaining costs, and make sure to reach out to our office if you're not sure where to go from here. Enroll in direct deposit if you haven't already. Waive student health insurance if you do have additional coverage. And make sure to give your parent or guest access if you've got somebody that's going to be answering questions and asking questions on your behalf. So to wrap up, I just want to say thank you so much for attending this session. Feel free to connect with the One Stop Center with any additional questions that you might have. And welcome to the University of Cincinnati.
All right, that was our one-stop office. So in case if you have any questions in regards to billing, registration, or financial aid, you can reach out to One Stop and they'll be gladly to assist you. And I'll hand it back over to you, Navin.
Thank you. And feel free to go ahead and pause that video again so you can write down the phone number and email so that you have that. But once you've done that, we're going to go ahead and move on. So you may be thinking, why do I need to get involved in college? It's not very important. Well, that is incorrect. It is proven that students do better academically when they participate in extracurricular activities. Also, getting engaged helps you make connections with your peers and make lifelong connections. You will also experience personal and professional growth. So there are many ways to get involved here at UC. We have the Campus Link in Cork. So Campus Link is a website and Cork is basically the app version of that website. And in just a second, Simi's going to walk us through Campus Link. But we do have a variety of other ways to get involved as well. We have the Student Life Office, which you can email them or call them, and they can get you some information about student orientation leader jobs or other campus jobs. There are also a bunch of student organizations such as the Men of Color Collaborative, Latinx in Acción, Student Government, and many, many more. So if you have any questions about getting involved that you can't figure out through Campus Link or Cork, do go ahead and email the Student Life Office or give them a call and they can give you some more of that information. So I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing my screen and I'm going to pass it over to Simi to walk through Campus Link.
Awesome. All right. Thanks, Nadine. I'm going to go ahead and pull up Campus Link. All right, so Campus Link, you can join. There's so many organizations that you can join. And a very great perk that we have here at UCBA is that you can create your own club. If there's a club that you're interested in and that you don't see listed, you can create your own. All you need is 5 students and 1 faculty member. We highly encourage you all to get involved with on campus just to step out of your comfort zone and to develop those social connections with others that can turn into your long life friends. And also you just want to have fun with your new experience because college, this is a new journey. So you want to have fun with it as well and build those social connections. So I'm going to walk you through some events. They have events throughout the entire year. Some are held virtually and in person as well. Coming up in September, they have a Spanish club. If anyone's interested in taking Spanish, I do believe I'm going to follow up on this club because I'm trying to teach myself how to speak Spanish. And also, go to organizations. You can find organizations here as well. They also have a Bearcat Fitness Club, which I thought would be a very nice club if anyone's interested in working out or have enjoyed working out, because I do enjoy working out. And I think this would be something great to do to meet new people who enjoys working out as well. So if you're interested in that, also we have the Student Government. This is also a great club as well. Let me go back. This is also another great club. So if you're interested in it, you can come back to Campus Link for organizations, events as well. Student Government helps support the needs and interests with administration, professors, and students. And I'm also a part of a really great club called Peer Connect. And its focus is just to help students connect with one another and to help build leadership skills and to be successful. So we plan to have a kickoff fall semester. So please be on the lookout, and you can also come and join us and check us out. Here it is, right here. It's strapped to pass it on to new students or current students. And we just have open discussions. We have speakers, and just to help, this will also be a great resume build as well. So yeah, just come check us out. And also we do have, if you could sign up, if you'd like to sign up for a mentor, fall semester. And so if you're looking for a mentor, I highly encourage you that you sign up for a mentor. I might be your mentor. And then all a mentor is, they're just going to be like your support system. It's like your cheerleader, just to push you on and encourage you. We'll have weekly one-on-ones. And if you have any questions about school or you just need someone to talk to, we'll be here for you as well. So this is how you can access Campus Link, and then they also have news, and be sure to check your email as well because they'll send you events and flyers as well. So I'm going ahead and go ahead and wrap up Campus Link. All right, and I'll hand it back over to you, Nabeel.
Thank you, Semi. So that was all about Campus Link. You can also download the Cork app and you can access all of that good information through there as well. All right, so we're going to go ahead and move on and talk about our Multicultural Affairs Office. So I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing my screen, and Semi is going to share a video for us.
All right, thank you, Nabeel.
Welcome to UCBA. My name is Tracy Davis, and I'm the coordinator for Multicultural Affairs here at the University of Cincinnati Blue Ash. Hey, I have a fun fact. Did you know that UCBA is the most diverse campus here at the University of Cincinnati? From racial identities to socioeconomic statuses and everyone in between, there is someone here for you to connect with.
And my name is Molly Scruda, and I'm the Program Manager of Inclusion and Involvement and also our Title IX Liaison. Para los estudiantes que hablan español, estoy aquí para apoyarles y para ayudarles a navegar los procesos del colegio, ¿ok? Entonces yo quiero ayudar, quiero ser otro sistema de apoyo para ustedes y también para sus familias, ¿no? Porque tiene que estar involucrado toda la familia, ¿no? Todo el mundo. Entonces, pónganse en contacto conmigo con cualquier duda o pregunta que tengan. The Office of Multicultural Affairs exists for a number of reasons, but primarily we want you to know that we're here for all of our students. We're here to help you become inclusive leaders, right? We're here to help educate our community and really celebrate all of the diverse identities that we have in our college.
And this is important because all students matter. And so we want to make sure that you know our offices here is to support all students, all identities, all cultures, all ages, and all backgrounds. And so all students are welcome in our office. One of the opportunities that we have through our Office of Multicultural Affairs is PATHS, which is Persisting and Thriving Students. And that is for our first year incoming African-American students who wish to get connected professionally, academically, and personally. And this program is going to help you do that. So I hope that if you're interested in that program, you'll contact me and I can get you in touch.
Yes, and check them out on Campus Link too. PATHS is on Campus Link, so make sure to search for PATHS because it will pop up and you'll be able to register and express interest that way, as well as sign up for events, right? Some of these speakers are so good, so good. Don't miss out. Yes. So as part of the overarching Multicultural Affairs mission, right, to support all of our different students, we also liaise quite frequently with the Office of Equal Opportunity and Access, which works to ensure an equitable environment for all of our students, regardless of race, age, ability, etc. And then I'm also our Deputy Title IX Liaison for UC Blue Ash College. And Title IX prohibits harassment on the basis of sex and discrimination on the basis of sex as well. And so this is really important for folks to know as well, because I'm always here, my door is always open, whether virtually or in person. If you ever have questions about the work that you do, that we do here, or if something has happened, an incident where you feel like you might have been discriminated against, you know, feel free to reach out to us, because that's part of the reason why we're here, right? Is to make sure that everyone is treated equitably, fairly, and has the opportunity to make their college dreams come true.
One of the other things that I'm really excited about through our office are the Heritage Months that we celebrate. So we do programming for Women's History Month, African American History Month, Latinx and Latina History Months and weeks. So this is a really great opportunity that if you're interested in programming, this is the time that you want to come and see us, and we can get you hooked up with one of those event opportunities.
And we do believe very firmly that all of these identities need to be celebrated 24/7, 365 days a year, right? But in addition, those Heritage Months are a really great opportunity to connect and also to educate yourself, right? If you want to learn more about different students' experiences.
Yeah, definitely.
And we're really interested in fostering, not just tolerance, but like acceptance, respect, and dialogue, right? Through the work that we do, both in classroom outreach, in passive messaging and campaigns across campus as well, and through a lot of the programming that we do both for Heritage Months and the collaborative programming that we engage with our partners from across campus to put on.
And one of those things that we do is our impact and inclusion programming. And those are conversations that we facilitate within the classroom based on a variety of different things, from social justice to privilege to stereotype and bias. But again, these are really difficult conversations.
Yeah.
But we feel like, these are important conversations to have, and what better places to have them than in safe spaces at UCBA. So if you're interested, please make sure that you reach out to your faculty member. We're willing to come in and facilitate those discussions. The UC Blue Ash Office of Diversity and Multicultural Affairs strives to celebrate the diversity of our student body, faculty, and staff while promoting an inclusive campus.
Advocate and provide meaningful resources for underrepresented students.
Engage students, faculty, and staff on social justice and equity issues.
Foster acceptance, understanding, and respect.
And finally, educate on topics and issues that promote cultural competency and global citizenship.
Students can get in contact with us through a variety of media, whether that's in person, stopping by our office, which is located in the Student Life office in months 1, 2, 3, easy to remember. But you can also, call us
or email us, web access, or you can find us on Teams.
Exactly.
Thank you, Semi. All right, and I'm going to go ahead and pass it over to Semi to talk a little bit more about multicultural affairs.
All right, thank you, Neville. Yes, so a fun fact about UC Blue Ash College is that it's the most diverse campus out of all UC campuses. Yes, this is very accurate. Also, there are lots of identity groups as well that you can join, from the Men of Color Collaborative. We have the Sister Circle, the UCBA LGBTQ Alliance, also the Latinx in Action. We have the Women's Center and Office of Gender Inequity and Inclusion, and even more that you can look out for and you can check out on Campus Link. And also we have PASS for first year African Americans, the Title IX. You can report any gender-based harassment and discrimination. Also, please be sure to stop by the Multicultural Affairs office. Tracy and Molly, they're awesome. So please be sure, if you see them, stop by and introduce yourself. They are very welcoming. And I'll pass it back to you, Neville.
Thank you. All right, so next we're going to go over advising, and Semi is going to share a video for us. All right, I'll pass it over to you, Semi.
I was muted. Okay, thank you. All right, thank you all for being patient as I get that video put up. Here it is.
Hi everyone, welcome. My name is Laurie Malone and I am the Director of Advising here at UC Blue Ash. And now the rest of our advising team would like to introduce themselves.
Hi, I'm Bridget Heron.
Hi, my name is Morgan Miller. We are so happy to have you join us here.
Hi, I'm Andy Davis.
Hi, my name is Mike, and I'm really glad that you're here at UCBA.
Hello, I am Renee Rivers.
Hi, my name is Melissa Detro, and we would like to congratulate you on joining the Bearcat family.
Hi, I'm Kathy Willoughby.
Hi, I'm Christy Swanson. We can't wait for you to get started with us.
Hi, I'm Kevin Kingman.
Hi, my name is Ashley Chang.
Hi, I'm Liz McLean. We want to let you know we are excited that you are becoming a student here at UCBA.
Hi there, I'm Amanda Purnell.
Hi, this is Stephen Amundsen.
Hi, I'm Jacqueline Emerson. The advising office is happy to help you achieve your academic goals.
Hi again, and welcome to the advising presentation. We really wish we could be meeting with all of you today in person, and eventually we will. But until that time, we want you to know that we are here to support you with your goals while at UC Blue Ash. We're going to go over some information today. This will include policies and procedures and how they may affect you as a student, course planning and requirements. We will introduce a tool to you called My Graduation Plan that in tandem with your advisor, you can plan out your entire career here from your first courses in this semester until your final semester here. We will discuss graduation, potentially transitioning, if that's your plan, to Clifton campus. We'll go over some registration topics, which will include mandatory advising, 24 credit hour rule, 15 to finish, and how your ACT, SAT, or placement score will affect class selections this first semester. There's a lot to learn today, and what we hope that you take with you is that advising and advisors are here to support you. We want to see you succeed, and we want to help you get there. We will be giving you information how to make follow-up appointments with us after today, and we look forward to seeing all of you in the fall.
One of the aspects that academic advisors try to help students with is understanding those policies and procedures of the university. So for example, this might include an understanding of what it means to be on the dean's list, or understanding grading policies, or even what it means to use a grade replacement. Overall, our goal is to help you figure out how to navigate the system and the policies of a complex system.
Advisors can assist you with classes and requirements specific to your major. It varies from major to major what courses you need to take and when would be the best time to take them. You'll set up meetings with advisors, and in those meetings, we'll talk about those different courses, the requirements, and use different tools in order to help schedule out and plan your time here at UC Blue Ash.
2021 fall semester important dates are as follows. Classes will begin Monday, August 23rd and end December 3rd. Final exams will be from the week of December 6th through the 11th. The first 2 weeks, you are able to withdraw from any courses for a full refund. Anything after the first 2 weeks will be without refund.
A helpful tool for you to be utilizing during your time at UC is My Graduation Plan. My Graduation Plan allows you to see all the classes you need to take in order to graduate, and which ones you've already taken and which ones you still need to enroll in. You can actually even plot each semester out with what classes you want to take up until graduation. Your advisor also is able to see the semesters and the classes that you've plotted out, so they can help act as a resource to make sure you're staying on track towards graduation. We'll also ask you to set your educational and your career goals into My Graduation Plan, again, so we can help make sure you're staying on the right track and you're doing everything you can to reach your educational and your career goals. Later today, when you register for classes with an advisor, you may be able to have a chance to look at My Graduation Plan. And after you do that, you'll be able to start setting those educational and those career goals for yourself.
As advisors, we know that your semester may not always go smoothly, no matter how carefully you plan. Maybe a class you're taking turns out to be much different from what you anticipated, or maybe life has happened and there's something going on for you outside of class that's making it difficult for you to focus on your academics. We are here to help you navigate your academic options when you're facing a tough situation. We can help you understand policies that might be relevant to you and work with you to make a plan to move forward. We can also help you connect with additional resources that might be beneficial, such as academic support services like tutoring, which is already included in your tuition, or Blue Ash counseling services that may be able to help you process a tough personal situation that you're facing. We are here to support you, so keep in mind, the sooner you reach out to your advisor, the sooner we can help.
UC Blue Ash offers a variety of transition-oriented degree programs. That means you can complete classes for your associate degree program here at UC Blue Ash and then transition to your bachelor's degree. An associate degree program generally contains 2 years worth of coursework. A bachelor's degree contains 4 years worth of work. So while you are taking classes for your associate degree, you are also completing requirements for your bachelor's degree at the same time. In those situations, if you finish your associate degree at UC Blue Ash, you will have 2 or more years worth of work for your bachelor's degree. You will work with your advisor to determine when you are ready to transition to your bachelor's degree program. You will complete a change of college form and hopefully an application for graduation.
We hope you are excited to register for your first semester at UC Blue Ash. With the conclusion of orientation, you will speak with an advisor to select those classes. Before we do this, there are a couple of things to think about and learn about from our advisors.
I'm Kathy Willoughby, one of the academic advisors here to talk with you about registration and advising. So as freshmen at UC Blue Ash, you are required to meet with your advisor the first 24 semester hours that you are enrolled. What does that mean? It means there'll be an advising registration block on your account. You'll have that lifted when you meet with your advisor. We want to make sure that you have the classes that you need for your program and that everything is going well for you.
Here is an important thing to know. At least the first 24 credit hours of an incoming Blue Ash student schedule must be drawn entirely from UC Blue Ash courses. After your first 24 credit hours, you can take classes off campus at UC Claremont or at UC main campus if you wish. Your advisor will be monitoring your courses for the first 24 credit hours. If you enroll in a non-UC Blue Ash course, you will be withdrawn from that class and you will need to re-enroll in a course at UC Blue Ash. UC Blue Ash has invested several resources and talent to create some helpful tools that will assist you with your academic success. Things such as the math lab, the study lab, the writing lab, the science lab, the language lab, and others such as your faculty and staff want to see you be successful. But you need to be here to utilize those resources. Your successful first year is a great indicator of your future academic success. We all want to see you at graduation. So remember, those first 24 credit hours must be completed at UC Blue Ash.
Who wants to save time, save money, and have better academic success in college? In order to stay on pace for graduating on time, full-time students in degree-granting programs need to take at least 30 credit hours each academic year. Research shows that full-time students who take 15 credit hours in fall and spring semesters do better academically and are more likely to graduate. Plus, you will not be paying summer tuition to catch up on coursework. UC charges the same amount of money for 12 to 18 credit hours. So taking 15 hours each term saves money over time. Of course, it is important to be able to balance what you do take with your other commitments. You should take what you know you can reasonably handle successfully. If you plan to be a part-time student or are in a non-degree program, your advisor may recommend fewer credit hours for now. Be sure to check out information about 15 to Finish on the university's website.
Your advisor has prepared courses for you based on the information they had on file when you registered for orientation. That means that they use your placement test for proper placement into English and math, any AP test scores, and any CCP or college transcript that you might have already sent to UC. If you have taken AP tests or have College Credit Plus credit through another institution and never informed UC Blue Ash, make sure you let an advisor know. We want to ensure that you don't enroll in courses that you might already have credit for.
That was so much information.
Well, hopefully you were able to take some really good notes. But guess what? Even if you missed a few things, you'll always actually have an advisor.
Wow, that sounds amazing.
Yeah, and actually after this, pretty soon you'll get to meet with an advisor to get registered for classes.
What if I have a specific question about my major?
Well, unfortunately, we can't guarantee that it's going to actually be your advisor, but you'll always be connected to your advisor through My Bearcat Network. You can make an appointment on My Bearcat Network at any time and then meet with your advisor when you have specific questions.
Sounds awesome.
Does that make you feel a little better?
Yeah, that makes me feel amazing.
Are you excited to be a Bearcat?
Yeah, I'm pumped.
Thank you, Semi, for sharing that video for us. All right, so if you have any questions for your advisor, go ahead and reach out to the advising office. Their phone number is here. You can also find their email just by looking up in Google UC Blue Ash Advising Office. You can also see their room number is here just in case there's in person. All right, so now Simi and I are going to go ahead and start off with our virtual tour. I always like to share in the beginning our motto here at UC Blue Ash, where we make it possible and you make it happen. So our first stop here today is the one-stop office. This is where you can come for anything regarding financial aid or anything on the money side of being a student. So they can help you with financial aid, billing, registration. If you cannot see your semester bill, they can help you see that. During the school year, they are available for walk-in appointments. You can see kind of in the picture here through that glass window, there are two little kiosks where you can sign in. All you'll need is your Bearcat ID or your M number and your first and last name. You'll just sign in on there and then sit in the lobby and wait for someone to come out and help you. So again, this is our one-stop office. This is where you can come for anything on the financial side of a student. I'm going to go ahead and pass it to Semi.
Awesome, thank you, Nevaeh. Next here we have is our Dean Suite, where you can stop by and speak with the Assistant Dean to share any feedback you'd like to give about your experience so far about campus. Also, if you happen to see Dean Leitner in the hallway, please be sure to stop her and introduce yourself. She's always welcome and excited to meet new students and just to hear from you all. Also, if anyone's taking a psychology course, she will be teaching psychology in the fall, which I'm very excited for because I'm going to be taking psychology. Also, right next to the Dean Suite is the Human Resource Office, where you go there to sign up for student payroll if you have a student job. And I'll yield back to you, Nevaeh.
Thank you, Semi. Our next stop is the bookstore. This is an awesome place to go if you are needing books, to rent or to purchase other school supplies, a snack, and plenty of Bearcat gear. An awesome thing about our bookstore is that we do price match with verified Amazon booksellers as well as Barnes & Noble. So if you go to either of those websites and find a lower price, again, it must be verified Amazon booksellers or Barnes & Noble, you can take that price up to the front desk and show it to them and they will honor that. As I said, they do have some school supplies, so they have notebooks, pens, pencils, erasers, all of that good stuff. And they also have snacks and sometimes they have drinks in the coolers. And that is our bookstore. I'll go ahead and pass it back to Semi.
Awesome, thank you, Nevaeh. Next here we have is our safety and security office. You'll see blue telephones throughout the entire campus. So in case of an emergency arises, please stop and push the button. Someone will be out right away. Also, if you're not feeling comfortable with walking to your car after class, after evening class, you can stop by the safety and security office. Someone will be gladly to walk you to your car. Even if you happen to get your keys locked in your car, they can help assist you with that. Also, if your car needs help with getting a start, they can help you with that as well. Also, the Lost and Found is located here in first aid kits. And I'll yield back to you, Nevaeh.
Thank you. Our next stop is the Academic Advising Office. So this is where you'll be meeting with your advisor. Right now they are mostly online, but they do have a limited amount of in-person options depending on who your advisor is. As a first-year student, you are required to meet with your advisor twice during your first year. Once in the fall semester, where they'll help you register for spring classes, and once in the spring semester to register for the next year's fall courses. Like I said, they are mostly online right now with limited in-person appointments. You can register your appointment through My Bearcat Network. If you do not know how to use that, please email the Student Life office and they will hook you up with a video tutorial. I will go ahead and pass it over to Simi.
Wonderful. Thank you, Nevaeh. Next here we have is our Student Life Office. So if you're looking for ways to grow, to learn, and to get and engage on campus, please stop by the Student Life Office. They have so many organizations you can join. And as I mentioned earlier in the orientation, if there's an organization or club that you don't see and that you're interested in, you can create your own. You just need five students and 1 faculty member. Also, you can sign up for a student job here at the Student Life Office as well. And I'll pass it back to you, Nevaeh.
Thank you. Our next stop is Bleecker Street Cafe and the Commons area. The Bleecker Street Cafe was named after a famous restaurant and entertainment district in New York City. So all of our food options are based off that. We have deli-style sandwiches, salads, iced coffee, tea, soda, almost anything you can think of. Anything that I have thought of, they have had there. They do accept cash and card, as well as Bearcat meal swipes. So if you have a meal plan at the Clifton campus, you can come down to the Bleecker Street Cafe if you have a course during lunchtime and use one of your swipes there. And then we also have our Commons area. This is where a lot of people hang out with their friends, study, eat lunch during the day. Unfortunately, it is right next door to the library, so we do ask that we are mindful of our noise level. I will go ahead and pass it over to Simi.
All right, thank you, Nevaeh. Next here we have is our library. We have wonderful librarians that are here to help in case if we have any questions in regards to articles or anything related to computer software as well. Also, we have 8 study rooms. If you like to study in a more private area, you can rent out a study room using your Bearcat card. Also, you can have access to ebooks, e-articles, and calculators by using your Bearcat card as well. And I'll pass it back to you, Nevaeh.
Thank you. Our next stop is Computer Concourse. You can see here there are Mac computers as well as Dell desktop computers available for student use. So if you forget your laptop at home one day and you don't want to check one out from the library, you can stop by Computer Concourse and use their computers. As a full-time student, your Bearcat ID comes automatically loaded with 300 free prints, and that can be used in the printer in Computer Concourse. 300 might not seem like a lot, but I have never used more than 15. And that is per semester. As a full-time student, you are also granted access to McAfee antivirus software for free, available on download on up to 5 different devices, as well as Microsoft 365, so Excel spreadsheets, Word documents, all of that good stuff you can access with your school email on up to 5 different devices. So I will go ahead and pass it over to Simi.
All right, thank you, Nevaeh. Our next stop is the math lab. So in case if you need any help, anything related to math, if you need help with getting ready for a test, a homework, please stop by the math lab. We have great resources and they are here to help you. They ask that you just come in earlier during the semester just to plan out a schedule to meet with them weekly. Also, you can schedule a visit through TutorTrack and in person as well. But yes, the math lab, they have wonderful tutors that are here to help. Me personally, I'm not too good in math, so I spent a lot of time here in math lab and they were very helpful for me. And I'll pass it back to you, Nevaeh.
Thank you, Semi. Our next stop is the Writing and Study Skills Center. So this is an awesome environment. They're awesome to help you with English courses or non-English related writing and study skills questions. So if you're taking like a speech class, for example, you can go in and give your speech to everyone in the Writing and Study Skills Center, and they can tell you what you can improve on and what you did well on. They can also help you with, if you're having trouble reading, they can help you with that. They can help you with scholarship essays, even if it has nothing to do with the University of Cincinnati. Another big adjustment from high school to college is study skills. Sometimes in high school, you can get away with not knowing really how to use study effectively. effectively. But that's what the Study Skills Center is here for. They can help you work on time management and work on how you learn best. So they can help you learn how to do flashcards, all of that good stuff. So if you ever have any problems studying, if you're having trouble adjusting, or if you just need a little bit of extra support in English courses or with scholarship essay, anything of that sort, do not hesitate to stop by the Writing and Study Skills Center. Writing Study Skills Center and the Math Lab are both completely free resources to you, so I highly recommend that you take advantage of them. I will go ahead and pass it over to Semi.
All right, awesome. Thank you, Nevaeh. Next here we have is our Bearcat Pantry. So it is proven that a healthy body equals a healthy mind, which is very true. So in case if you're in need of any food, please stop at a Bearcat Pantry. They have from frozen chicken nuggets to pasta, peanut butter and jelly, cereal, granola bars, fruit cups. Also, you can stop by the Bearcat Pantry. There's no questions asked if you need any food, so do not hesitate to stop by. And I'll pass it back to you, Nevaeh.
Thank you. All right, so our next stop is the Accessibility Resource Center. This is where you'll go if you had an IEP or a 504 plan in high school. Unfortunately, those do not automatically transfer over into college. You are required to self-report. So if you are in need of any accessibility resources, anything like that, IEP or 504, please stop by the Accessibility Resource Office. They can hook you up with the information and paperwork needed to file for an IEP or 504 or any other accommodation resources. So that is our Accessibility Resource Center, and I will go ahead and pass it back to Semi.
Awesome, thank you, Nevaeh. Next here we have is our counseling services. We have two wonderful counselors that are really big on our mental health and want to make sure that we have a really good mental health. So if you're feeling down or you're feeling anxious throughout the semester, you just need to unwind your thoughts and just speak with someone, you have resources here that are willing to help you. So you can schedule an appointment with the counseling services. You'll call up to Clifton campus and you'll let them know that you attend, that you're at Blue Ash campus, and you'll call up to CAPS and that you would like to schedule an appointment with them, and they'll be gladly to assist you with that as well. And they'll get you scheduled. And I'll pass it back over to you, Nevaeh.
Thank you. Our next stop is the Annex. So this building is right down the street from our Blue Ash campus. It is where you will take your art courses. So if you're taking a pottery class or any other art class, like maybe photography, those classes will all be down at the Annex. So I will go ahead and pass it over to Semi.
Thank you, Nevaeh. Next here we have is Progress Hall. Progress Hall was finished in 2017. It's very modern. And a few things about Progress Hall: the English communication outlet is located here as well. And also Progress Hall, Dean Leitner, she took feedback from students how they wanted the hall to look. So it's very modern. Outlets are located everywhere. It's very bright. You can charge your devices and your cell phone or your laptop in between classes. As you do that, you can even stop and sit and talk with friends as well. And I'll hand it back to you, Nevaeh.
Thank you. Our next stop is the Flory Center. So this was our previous recreational student life space. However, we did outgrow that. So it is now being used for overflow classrooms. You may have a few courses in Flory, as well as some meeting rooms and our prayer and meditation space. If you have any questions about accessing the prayer and meditation space, please go ahead and email the Student Life office and they can get you that information. But Flory Center was our rec center, but like I said, we did outgrow that. But we do have a partnership with the Blue Ash Rec Center, which is right down the road, and you do get a discount with your Bearcat ID. So you can use their rec center, or you can buy a membership to the rec center down at our Clifton campus. So I'll go ahead and pass it back to you, Semi.
All right, thank you, Nevaeh. Next here we have is our Walters Hall. So the Walters Hall, the dental hygiene program is located here, and nursing program as well. So if you're taking any of those courses, you'll spend a lot of time here. Also, the dental hygiene, for students, you get to get your teeth cleaned for $10, and non-students a fee of $20. Also, I thought this was very nice, is that veterans can come here and get their teeth cleaned for free. Yes. Also, in March, an extraction day is held, an event is held, and you can choose one free extraction. How wonderful is that? You get to choose one extraction for free of charge. So yes, and I'll pass it back to you, Nevaeh.
Thank you. Walters Hall is also the home of our science learning lab. This is where you have access to the anatomical devices used in science courses like anatomy and physiology or nursing dosing. There is also a microwave in the science learning lab and a printer available for student use. So if you're taking any science courses, you might need a little bit of assistance, please go ahead and stop by the science learning lab to do that. All right, and our last stop here on our tour is the roundabout. So we do have two busing shuttle services from Blue Ash to Clifton. We have the Metro bus, which is not free, but you do get a student discount by uploading a picture of your Bearcat ID. That is a $2 round trip from Blue Ash to Clifton. We also have the UC shuttle, which is completely free. And one difference is that the Metro bus stops every few minutes at Metro bus stops, and it takes you into downtown. And then you actually get off that bus and it takes you to another bus that goes to Clifton. And it is a little bit more complicated and you are riding with more people. But I highly recommend that you take the shuttle, which you can track on your phone. It is completely free. You just have to have your Bearcat ID so they know you're a student, and it takes you directly to Clifton, right onto our Clifton campus and back to Blue Ash. That is a continuous loop every 45 to 90 minutes. All right, so that concludes our tour. So I will go ahead and pass it over to Semi.
All right, thank you, Naveen. Now we're here at Creating Social Connections. Why are we talking about social connections? We're talking about social connections because we want you to all step out of your comfort zone. With creating social connections, it'll help you in so many ways, as in professional, as in personal as well. And so by stepping out of your comfort zone, by just with speaking, with just taking that initiative, to introducing yourself first, I like to say. And also, it may seem difficult with trying to start a social connection with someone, but I always like to say, just try to find that common interest with someone. And also, you may seem like a little cheesy or corny, but just laugh to yourself and just be like, well, at least I took the initiative to introduce myself, to build that social connection with someone, because that will help you in so many ways. Even by introducing yourself to someone, you can also form a study group. Y'all can become friends. Even by just giving someone a compliment, you'll just start having a conversation like, oh, where did you get that top? That's very cute. And then like the conversation and just keep going. So we have created some fun conversation starters that you can use. And I'll hand it back over to you, Naveen.
Thank you. So these, you can go ahead and pause and read through them all, but these are just some of the conversation starters that Semi and my coworkers have compiled. Some of them include like, hi, how are you? What's your name? What major are you? Do you know how to find this building? What kind of classes are you taking? Are you in any clubs? All of those good things. Unfortunately, there is no perfect script for creating social connections, but it is the best tip I can give you is to just try. Like Semi said, just dust it off your shoulder. At the end of the day, at least you tried and you stepped out and you made the attempt. So yeah, it's really important that you do try to make social connections. It is a little bit harder in college just because, you know, everybody is an adult. But the good thing is that one thing that I always say is if you're thinking about it, then the other person's probably thinking about it as well. Coming into college, a lot of people don't have friends or very many social connections. So if you're thinking about maybe saying hi to someone, they're probably thinking about saying hi to you. And the worst thing that can happen is they say, oh, I'm busy right now, I'm not available to talk. Okay, well then guess what? You tried, right? And now you can use that to build your confidence and go and try with another person. So I highly recommend that you try making social connections. I know it can be awkward, but just putting yourself out there is the best thing you can do. All right, so here is all of our platforms here: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Flickr, which is mostly used for pictures, Snapchat, and YouTube. All of them are UC Blue Ash, and we would love for you to follow us and get connected with us. So if you have any questions or concerns, you can email Student Life or any of the other offices that we have provided the information for earlier in the orientation, but you have almost completed orientation. We just have a few more resources to talk about. So I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing my screen, and I'm going to allow Semi to share this video.
Excuse me. Thank you, Nevaeh. I'll be sharing a video about Trio. Let me share.
Amazing tool that can be downloaded to your computer as an application. So what it is essentially a digital writing assistant.
Hello, my name is Ricky, and I'm here to tell you about Student Support Services. Student Support Services, or SSS for short, is a U.S. Department of Education federally funded program focused on helping you get through college and graduate. SSS does this by providing additional tutoring, academic advising, assistance in course selection, financial aid support, career advising, and much, much more. It's not just all academics though. In SSS, you have a chance to meet other students from across the country and also participate in culturally relevant activities and trips. I know you're asking yourself, how do I join? To join, you must be one or more of the following: a first-generation college student, have income eligibility, or a student that has a verifiable physical or learning disability. Sounds easy, right? If you want to become a part of Student Support Services, contact one of these people or scan the QR code for the application. And remember, you can't spell success without SSS.
Thank you, Semi, for sharing that video with us. All right. So I will go ahead and pass it over to Semi to talk about Canvas.
All right, thank you, Nevaeh. All right, so you can continue to explore Canvas. You already have an account set up with Canvas, and you can go ahead and access the UCBA New Student Orientation Community. You can access Canvas 24/7, and also I highly encourage you all just to go ahead and start scrolling through Canvas, just so you have a feel for it, because classes will be beginning shortly. I think we have about like 3 more weeks to class start. So if you could just go ahead and go over it, how to access the modules, the dashboard, your calendar, just so you can see like, okay, this is where my classes will be located and everything. And everything that we went over today is on Canvas as well. And also we have family tips for your parents to help you be a successful student as well, academic success, financial information, and the campus tours and resources as well. And with engagement, because we highly encourage you all to be engaged. This is your new journey, and we want you to have fun with it. So enjoy yourself. And I'll hand it back to you, Nevaeh.
Thank you. All right, so one last thing is that we do have summer mentors this summer. You can request a student orientation leader like Semi or myself. I know that I'm a mentor, as well as I believe Mia is our other summer mentor. You can request me or Mia or another soul to serve as your summer mentor. This student will reach out to you and answer your questions about a variety of different topics. Some things that I talk to my mentees about is finances, how to be smart with your finances in college, and interviews, career preparation, all of that good stuff. So if you are interested in getting a mentor assigned to you, you can go ahead and fill out the jot form. So you can go ahead and pause this video and take that link there. But yeah, we highly recommend that you get a mentor, and that'll just be your support for the summer. But that concludes our presentation for today. I cannot speak for Semi, but I believe we are both very happy to have completed this orientation with you. Welcome, Bearcat, and I hope that you learned some valuable information today. All right, congrats and have a great day.
Yes, congratulations. Bye.